Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in the previous video, which is only, I think it's less than 4 minutes, you would have seen all my, well not all my unfinished projects, 10 of my unfinished projects. And this is the one that ended up at number 1. So number 1 is going to be tackled today. And what I did was I made this before. Let's see if I can get it off. Right, and it's so pretty. That's why I didn't throw it out. But the resin was really, really thin, and you can see like it's split, but I just think it's just gorgeous. So I thought I'm not going to throw that out. It's been sitting in my studio for weeks and weeks. There's another split here. Actually, I think I had to kind of jigsaw it back together. Anyway, this was the original form that I put it on. So it's going to go back on there. I am going to move that out of the way. I have 2 different kind of greenish beads here. These are really heavy. Kind of worried that they're just going to drip right off. These will be okay. So what I'm going to do, move those out of the way, is I'm going to get some cellophane. And the reason I like the cellophane, first, because there are no creases in it, and it also leaves a super shiny background because it's super shiny. So I'm going to do, put that down. I'm going to do 2 more layers on this resin sculpture. I'm going to do one using a Luxxe pigment powder, and then another one, that was alcohol ink. I'm going to do another one with alcohol ink, and the one in the middle is going to be the one with the Luxxe mica powders. So here are my greens. These are Naked Fusion resin Luxxe powders, which I just love them so much. They've just got the most amazing sheen to them. So there's Seafoam, that's the same. There's Parrot, that's the same. Kiwi, Jade, it's probably too dark. Another Kiwi. And Tropical Sea, that's my last bit of the Tropical Sea. I don't think I'm going to use that. I think what I'm going to use for the middle is Kiwi or Moss. One of these 2. Anyway, I'll put them back in the box. There we go. With these 2, I am going to do my rope trick. This just helps it having a mind of it, stops it having a mind of its own and keeps it in a controlled area. So here is the original. I think I had this spread probably really far out. The next one I want to be slightly smaller, and the one after that a little bit smaller still. So what we do with the rope is we put it underneath the cellophane. I've got puppy pads here because it's just easier to see the white and see the colour. So this is going to be, remember, it's going to drip. So even if it starts off this size, it's going to drip once I put it over the form. So that's going to be for that one. Cover that up with cellophane. And this one is going to be slightly smaller, which will still drip because I'm putting them on together. That one's going to be, yeah, kind of that size. Don't worry about the rope. If you've never watched my rope trick, you will see, all will be revealed. So now I'm going to mix the resin and I'll be back. I've let the resin sit for a bit to get as many bubbles out as I can. I also put it in my vacuum pump, which, to be honest, I don't think makes much of a difference. Maybe I've got a really bad one. It's a good make. Anyway, so I'm going to put I think I'm going to use kiwi because it's really nice and bright. So I'm going to use kiwi for this one, which is going to be in the middle. And I'm going to begin with some clear resin first. Oh, don't need that much. And sorry, this one's probably a bit more at the edge. I'm trying to get as much of you in as possible. See, look how these are gorgeous, these colours. And I don't necessarily want it too opaque because it's nice to see through. Right, you can see this colour. It is quite clear. If I added more, it would be more solid, but all right. And in this one, I'm going to use the lighter crystals because it's going to be heavier. So I'm just going to put those around the edge. Okay, spread those out a bit. All right, see, more bubbles have come up. Just zap them. I really don't want to zap. This cellophane literally disintegrates with heat. Let me move that. Let me move my lid. I've got all my inks ready for the inky one. I haven't decided which ink to use it, and I'm going to put a blob of gold in it as well. So let's do this one first. Go. Or let me try and do this without my big hand in the way. So I'm going to go around here. Put all of that in there. I'm going to leave these for about 3 to 4 hours. And it depends on the size. Like the smaller one will begin to set quicker than this one, unfortunately. So let me put that in the trash straight away. And then with the clear, I'm just going to go right around the edge over these crystals. So with this one, I'm going to put the clear down first. Like so. I've put them on boards so I can move them out the way during the day and work on something else. And here are my larger crystals. Just going to put those around the edge.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have.
Just very quickly, I decided to drop some green onto the Luxxe powder and blow it out with a straw. Creating some really interesting patterns. Okay, they're both dry. I'm going to put this one on the floor for now. And I have a piece of an old shower curtain, dollar store, curtain liner, shower curtain liner, $1.25. So I'm going to put that here to catch any resin drips. This, I think I'm going to stand on some cups to make it taller. They're too big. Try these. Need that many. There. That's great. Now, how's the view for you? I'm going to change your angle. So, the rope, first of all, I'm going to move this plastic curtain out a bit. Take the rope out from underneath. And I'm expecting this one's going to drip quite a lot. I'm just going to move this over here a sec while I put this more over here. Okay, I hate this bit. Anything can happen. All right, let's see. That's better for you. Okay, so the first one I'm expecting will drip quite a lot because of these heavy gems. So I'm going to just place that over there. Yeah, this is going to drip a lot, which is fine. I just wanted it thicker, a thicker, sculpture. Right, that one's done. Now, this one, take the rope out, and underneath. I'm going to place this right on top of the other one. So let's try and arrange it this way. See, this is the sticky bit. Pull it over the side a bit, pull these down. There she goes. see how this works. This is going to continue to relax. Okay, so tomorrow morning, see the heavy gems are already falling down. So this is going to be really interesting tomorrow morning. So let's wait and see what happens. Hi everyone. It is completely dry. To me it looks like two sculptures, but let's take it apart and see. I'm going to wobble it out of its... Oh, cuts came out easily. They weren't stuck to it anyway. Ooh, this is coming out easily. Oh, see? I was right. So this is still a cracked sculpture. So basically I've got to do something with this still. I think what I might have to do with this is make something just like this again with the cellophane. And instead of putting the cellophane, let me put this back over here. I'll cover this up with cling film so it doesn't stick to that. Okay, I think what I'm going to have to do is put this back over here. And instead of taking my cellophane and doing it like that, I'm going to have to flip the cellophane over and do it like that. So it actually drips down over that. And I cannot remember. I don't think I have this alcohol ink. So I'm going to have to think of something. And I'll do that in a minute. But let's see what happens with these two. So it might just be a really nice green bulb. Let's see if they come apart. I don't even know if they'll come apart. Let's try. If they come apart, I might have two bowls on my hands. Let's see if I can... Oh, I'm going to cut some of this away. And see clearer what I'm doing. I don't know if this is going to come apart. I might have to just keep it like this, and the cling film comes off easily from the inner one. That's easy. And it's really pretty inside. Now, this is the tricky bit. I'm going to fast forward this bit because you don't want to see me tugging and tugging on this cellophane, but it will come out. Okay, right. So I'm going to bring you in for a close-up. And during that close-up, I'm going to just quickly trim. I'm going to show you the cellophane kind of just literally disappearing. There are a few trimmings, and I'm going to do it with a torch. This here. I'm going to do it with a torch, and if there are any edges that are stiff, oh, there's a big chunk here. It will also soften those edges. See, that should really come off, sadly. Sadly, there we go. Right, come off. Okay, I really hope you can see this. So I got the cellophane that was in here. That came out actually quite easily. There's a little bit. I'm going to use my tweezers to show you. You can hear it. Gosh, I hope you can see. It's almost invisible. You see. You can see some here. And now we have number 1 and done out of my unfinished business video. Before I get on to just showing you the finished results, I'm going to show you what happens to cellophane under heat. And this will kind of explain why I use cellophane and how it turns into kind of a resin-based material and why I don't use plastic. Here's a piece of cellophane, and this is exactly the same piece of cellophane I used on my resin sculptural bowls, and this has some of the alcohol ink on it, and the reason I'm using this is because you'll see it better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my torch on this, and you will see how it shrinks and how it turns basically into a piece of resin plastic, which basically is what resin is. So 3 minutes later, after it's dried, you can hear it dries as hard as resin. Well, this is just a tiny, tiny thin piece. So it just adheres to your resin sculpture and melts into it. That's why I don't use plastic. So it just goes to show you what unfinished business can do. From one little project that I could have thrown away and I decided to put my mind to, created these 3 projects. I'm going to now bring you in for a close-up. The middle of this is the first one that I was going to throw away. And look how beautiful it is. And then out of that came this. Move this into the light. Another gorgeous one. And then I had leftover resin and I thought, I'm not going to throw that resin away. I will make this. So look what you can do when you put your mind to it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe and leave a comment below because it makes all the difference to me. And I will see you in my next video.